Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're going to be diving into the world of human anatomy and physiology.
Yeah.
Using these textbook excerpts that you've given us,
Right.
it's like having a map to this incredible machine
Yeah.
that is the human body.
It really is.
And we're going to explore how everything works together, from cells to systems,
Absolutely.
and how your body keeps everything in balance.
It's fascinating, how structure and function are so intertwined in the human body.
Yeah.
It's not just about knowing the names of all the parts,
Right.
but understanding, how their design allows them to do what they do.
Right, like how the shape of your heart
Right.
is specifically designed to pump blood efficiently.
Yeah.
I did find it interesting that early anatomists relied on dissections to map out the body.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about a hands-on approach.
It's amazing how much they learned through those explorations. And
Yeah.
nowadays we have imaging techniques like PET scans
Right.
that allow us to see organs in action without any incisions.
That's mind-blowing. To think we can actually see a heart beating or lungs expanding
In real time.
in real time.
Yeah.
But even with modern technology, having a clear reference point is crucial.
Yeah.
That's where the anatomical position comes in, right?
Exactly. It's like having a universal language
Okay.
for describing the body,
Yeah.
ensuring everyone's on the same page.
Right.
Imagine the chaos if every anatomist used their own system.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So we've got our map and our language sorted.
Right.
Now let's zoom in on the building blocks of life.
Okay.
Cells and tissues.
Think of it this way. The human body is organized like a complex building.
Okay.
You start with the foundation,
Yeah.
atoms and molecules,
Right.
which come together to form cells,
Okay.
the basic unit of life.
Yeah.
Then groups of similar cells form tissues,
Right.
each specialized for a specific function.
And these tissues are organized into organs,
Yes.
like the heart or lungs,
Exactly.
which then form organ systems,
Yeah.
like the cardiovascular or the respiratory system.
Precisely.
Finally, all those systems work together to create the entire organism.
It's a hierarchical organization with multiple layers of complexity.
Right.
And one of the key concepts that ties everything together is homeostasis,
Okay.
the body's ability to maintain a stable internal environment.
So like a thermostat.
Think of it like a thermostat,
Okay.
constantly adjusting to keep the temperature just right.
Okay, so if the temperature gets too high, the body cools itself down by sweating.
Right.
And if it gets too low, we shiver to generate heat.
Exactly.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
But what about other aspects of our internal environment?
Well, homeostasis regulates much more than just temperature.
Okay.
Controls things like blood sugar levels,
Right.
blood pressure,
Yeah.
pH balance, and electrolyte concentrations,
Okay.
ensuring everything stays within a narrow range
Yeah.
for optimal function.
Wow.
It's essential for survival.
Our bodies are constantly working behind the scenes to keep everything in check. And it all starts at the cellular level, right?
Yeah.
I remember learning about the different parts of a cell.
Yeah,
But could you refresh my memory on the key players?
of course. Imagine the cell as a bustling city.
Okay.
The nucleus is like City Hall,
Okay.
containing the DNA blueprints
Right.
that govern all cellular activities.
Okay.
The mitochondria are the power plants,
Right.
generating energy for the city to function.
Yeah.
And the cell membrane acts like the city limits,
Okay.
controlling what goes in and out.
So the nucleus is the control center.
Yes.
The mitochondria are the energy producers.
Right.
And the cell membrane is the gatekeeper.
Precisely.
What about those other structures I've read about?
Yeah.
Like microtubules and cilia.
Microtubules are like the city's internal scaffolding,
Okay.
providing support and shape.
Yeah.
Cilia are like tiny hairs on the cell's surface, moving substances along.
Right.
And then there's the endoplasmic reticulum,
Right.
which acts like a network of highways and factories, producing and transporting proteins.
It's amazing how much is going on inside a single cell.
It is.
It's like a miniature world with its own intricate systems.
Yeah.
Now, how did these cells come together to form tissues?
Think of tissues as specialized communities within the city.
Okay.
We have epithelial tissue,
Right.
which covers and lines surfaces,
Yeah.
acting like the city walls and protective barriers.
Right.
Then there's connective tissue,
Okay.
which provides support and connects different structures,
Yeah.
like the city's infrastructure.
Okay.
And of course, we have muscle tissue,
Right.
responsible for movement,
Yeah.
and nervous tissue,
Right.
which transmits signals for communication and control.
So epithelial tissue is like the protective barrier.
Yes.
Connective tissue is the support system.
Right.
Muscle tissue is the engine for movement.
Exactly.
And nervous tissue is the communication network.
Precisely.
It's starting to paint a picture of how these tissues form the foundation for the human body.
Yes. Exactly. And just like a city needs different types of buildings, we have different types of connective tissue,
Right.
each with its own unique properties.
Yeah.
For example, bone is a type of connective tissue that provides rigid support,
Okay.
while blood, believe it or not,
Wow.
is also a connective tissue,
Okay.
specializing in transport.
I never thought of blood as a connective tissue. It
Yeah,
really highlights how diverse connective tissue is.
it is.
So we've covered the building blocks.
Right.
Now how about we start exploring the systems themselves? You've mentioned the skeletal system provides more than just support. Can you
Yeah.
elaborate on that?
The skeletal system is incredibly versatile.
Okay.
Besides providing a framework for our bodies, it also protects vital organs.
Okay.
Think of the rib cage shielding your heart and lungs.
Right.
And let's not forget about the bone marrow,
Yeah.
which produces blood cells through a process called hematopoiesis.
So our bones are actually blood cell factories.
They are.
That's pretty amazing. And I remember reading about how bones store essential minerals, especially
Yeah.
calcium.
That's right. Calcium is crucial for bone strength,
Right.
but it also plays a critical role in muscle contractions,
Okay.
nerve impulses, and blood clotting.
Wow.
Our bodies regulate calcium levels very carefully,
Yeah.
drawing on the reserves in our bones when needed.
Like our bones are a calcium bank,
Right.
maintaining the balance for all these vital processes.
Yeah.
So if we don't get enough calcium in our diet, our bodies might tap into those reserves,
Yeah.
potentially weakening our bones over time.
That's a great insight. It highlights how interconnected everything is.
Right.
Diet, hormones, and even lifestyle choices
Yeah.
all play a role in bone health. Speaking of which, have you ever wondered how bones actually grow?
Now that you mention it, yes. I know we don't just pop out with a full-grown skeleton.
Right. Long bones, like the femur in your thigh,
Okay.
grow through a fascinating process involving a growth plate called the epiphyseal plate.
Oh.
It's a layer of cartilage that continuously produces new cells,
Yeah.
pushing the ends of the bone further apart as you grow.
So it's like a tree trunk adding rings as it grows taller.
A good analogy.
Yeah.
Eventually, those growth plates close,
Oh,
usually in late adolescence,
right.
marking the end of our growth spurts. And it's not just about growth.
Okay.
Bones are constantly remodeling themselves throughout life,
Right.
responding to stress and repairing micro damage.
That's why weight-bearing exercise is so important for bone health, right?
Precisely.
It stimulates the remodeling process,
Yes.
keeping bones strong.
And now let's move on to the system responsible for putting those bones into action,
Okay.
the muscular system.
Right.
You provided some information on the different types of muscle contractions,
Yeah.
which I found really intriguing.
Yes, I was surprised to learn about the difference between isometric and isotonic contractions.
Mm-hmm.
Isometric, like holding a plank where the muscle tenses but doesn't change length.
Right.
And isotonic, like lifting weights,
Yeah.
where the muscle shortens or lengthens.
It's fascinating how our muscles adapt to different types of demands.
Yeah.
And at the microscopic level,
Right.
each muscle fiber is packed with these tiny contractile units called sarcomeres,
Okay.
where actin and myosin filaments slide past each other
Yeah.
to generate force.
It's like a perfectly synchronized microscopic ballet
Uh-huh.
fueled by ATP,
Right.
the energy currency of our cells.
A great way to put it. And all this intricate movement wouldn't be possible without the nervous system,
Okay.
which acts as the control center for everything.
Right, the nervous system.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated by the brain,
Yeah.
how it processes information,
Right.
controls our movements,
Yeah.
and even shapes our thoughts and emotions.
Right.
What stood out to you from the excerpts about this system?
The complexity of neuronal communication is mind-blowing.
Right.
Each neuron has these branching dendrites,
Okay.
receiving signals from other neurons,
Yeah.
and a long axon that transmits signals to other cells. The speed and efficiency of these transmissions are incredible.
It's like an elaborate network of electrical and chemical signals,
Yes.
constantly firing and coordinating everything we do.
Exactly. And let's not forget about the myelin sheath,
Right.
a fatty covering that insulates many axons,
Yeah.
speeding up signal transmission.
Okay.
It's crucial for quick reflexes and coordinated movements.
So damage to the myelin sheath, like in multiple sclerosis, can disrupt those signals.
You're exactly right.
Wow.
And speaking of the brain,
Yeah.
it's divided into different regions,
Okay.
each specialized for specific tasks.
Right.
The frontal lobe is involved in planning,
Okay.
decision-making, and personality,
Yeah.
While the parietal lobe processes sensory information,
Right.
the temporal lobe handles hearing and memory,
Okay.
and the occipital lobe is all about vision.
It's like a team of specialists,
Yes.
each with its own area of expertise,
Uh-huh.
working together to create a seamless experience.
And this complexity is further amplified by the billions of neurons,
Right.
interconnected and intricate networks.
Wow.
It's a testament to the incredible power and adaptability of the human brain.
And all this amazing complexity is packed into this relatively small organ inside our skulls.
It is.
It's truly mind-boggling.
And we can't forget about the spinal cord,
Right.
the information superhighway
Yeah.
that connects the brain to the rest of the body,
Okay.
relaying sensory information and motor commands.
Right.
It's essential for reflexes and coordinating complex movements.
Right. It's like the central hub for information flow
Exactly.
throughout the body.
Speaking of which, our exploration of anatomy and physiology wouldn't be complete without discussing the integumentary system,
Okay.
our interface with the outside world.
Okay. The integumentary system.
Yeah.
That's our skin and its accessory structures.
Yes.
Like hair and nails, right?
Correct.
What are some of its key functions?
The skin is much more than just a covering.
Right.
It's our first line of defense against pathogens,
Okay.
helps regulate body temperature, and even plays a role in vitamin D synthesis.
Wow.
And let's not forget about its sensory function,
yeah.
allowing us to feel touch, pressure, temperature, and pain.
Wow. Our skin is a busy organ. And I remember reading about how the skin has different layers,
Yes.
each with its own specialized cells and functions.
You're right. The epidermis,
They
the
can-
outermost layer,
Yeah.
is constantly renewing itself,
Right.
shedding dead cells and replacing them with new ones.
Right.
It's also where melanocytes reside,
Right.
producing melanin,
Okay.
the pigment that gives our skin its color
Right.
and protects us from UV radiation.
So melanocytes are responsible for our skin tone and our ability to tan.
Exactly. And underneath the epidermis lies the dermis,
Okay.
a thicker layer containing blood vessels,
Right.
nerves, hair follicles, and sweat glands.
Okay.
It provides structural support and plays a key role in temperature regulation and sensation.
And what about those fascinating fingerprints?
Yeah.
I know they're unique to each individual.
Those ridges and patterns are formed by the papillary layer of the dermis,
Why?
which creates these unique epidermal ridges that we call fingerprints.
Yeah.
It's amazing how, even at this microscopic level,
Right.
we see such individual variation.
That's incredible. And speaking of individual variation, I know hair and nails are also part of the integumentary system.
Yes, they are.
Are they essentially modified skin cells?
They are. Both hair and nails are made of keratin,
Okay.
a tough protein that also gives our skin its strength and resilience.
Right.
Hair provides insulation protection and sensory input,
Okay.
while nails protect our fingertips and toes,
Yeah.
aiding in grasping and manipulation.
So our hair and nails are not just for aesthetics.
Right.
They
They're-
actually serve important functions.
Absolutely. And let's not forget about the glands associated with the skin,
Right.
like sweat glands and sebaceous glands,
Yeah.
which play a role in temperature regulation and lubrication, respectively.
Right. Sweat glands help us cool down when we get hot. And sebaceous glands produce sebum,
Yes.
an oily substance that keeps our skin and hair moisturized.
Right.
It's fascinating how all these different components work together to maintain the health and integrity of our skin.
It is.
Yeah.
And speaking of maintaining health, let's shift our focus to the systems that work together to keep us fueled and functioning.
Okay.
The digestive and respiratory systems.
Okay, the digestive and respiratory systems. These are essential for providing our bodies with the nutrients and oxygen we need to survive, right?
Exactly. The digestive system is responsible for breaking down food
Right.
into smaller molecules that our bodies can absorb and use for energy growth and repair.
It's like a complex disassembly line
Uh-huh.
with different organs working together to extract the nutrients from the food we eat.
A great analogy. The journey starts in the mouth,
Okay.
where teeth mechanically break down food,
Yeah.
and saliva begins the chemical digestion of carbohydrates.
Right.
Then the food travels down the esophagus to the stomach,
Okay.
where it's mixed with gastric juices that break down proteins.
And then it's on to the small intestine.
Yes.
Where most of the nutrient absorption takes place, right?
Note it. The small intestine has a large surface area thanks to tiny finger-like projections
Okay.
called villi and microvilli,
Right.
which maximize nutrient absorption.
Okay.
From there, the remaining waste products move to the large intestine,
Right.
where water is absorbed,
Yeah.
and the waste is compacted into feces.
So it's a long and winding journey from mouth to anus,
It is.
with different organs playing specialized roles along the way.
And this intricate process wouldn't be possible without the help of accessory organs,
Right.
like the liver, pancreas, and gallbladder,
Okay.
which produce and secrete digestive enzymes and bile
Right.
to aid in digestion.
It's amazing how coordinated and efficient our digestive system is.
It is, and just as the digestive system provides us with nutrients,
Right.
the respiratory system ensures we have the oxygen we need
Okay.
to convert those nutrients into energy.
Right. We breathe in oxygen
Yeah.
and exhale carbon dioxide, a waste product of cellular respiration. What are the key organs involved in this process?
The respiratory system starts with the nose and mouth,
Oh,
where air enters the body.
yeah.
It then travels down the trachea,
Okay.
which branches into two bronchi,
Right.
leading to the lungs.
And inside the lungs, we have those tiny air sacs called alveoli,
Yes,
where gas exchange takes place.
exactly. The alveoli are surrounded by a network of capillaries,
Okay.
tiny blood vessels where oxygen diffuses from the air into the bloodstream
Right.
and carbon dioxide diffuses from the blood into the air
Right.
to be exhaled.
So it's like a delicate dance between the respiratory and circulatory systems,
Yes,
ensuring our bodies receive a constant supply of oxygen
right,
and eliminate carbon dioxide.
precisely. And the diaphragm,
Okay.
a dome-shaped muscle below the lungs,
Right.
plays a key role in breathing
Okay.
by contracting and relaxing to change the volume of the chest cavity,
Right.
drawing air in and pushing it out.
It's incredible how seamlessly these systems work together to keep us alive and functioning.
It is a beautiful symphony of coordinated processes. Now, as we delve deeper into the inner workings of our bodies, we encounter another fascinating system,
Okay.
the cardiovascular system.
The cardiovascular system.
Yeah.
That's our heart and blood vessels, right?
Exact.
Responsible for transporting blood throughout the body.
The heart is a powerful pump,
Right.
constantly circulating blood,
Yeah.
delivering oxygen and nutrients to cells,
Yeah.
and removing waste products.
Right.
It's a remarkable organ,
Yeah.
beating tirelessly throughout our lives.
I've always been amazed by the heart's ability to keep beating without us having to consciously think about it. How does it work?
The heart has 4 chambers,
Okay.
2 atria,
Right.
which receive blood,
Yeah.
and 2 ventricles,
Okay.
which pump blood out.
Right.
The right side of the heart pumps deoxygenated blood to the lungs to pick up oxygen,
Right.
while the left side pumps oxygenated blood to the rest of the body.
So it's like a two-circuit system,
Precisely.
one to the lungs and one to the body.
And a network of valves ensures blood flows in the right direction,
Okay.
preventing backflow.
Right.
The heart's rhythmic contractions are controlled by electrical signals
Okay.
generated by specialized pacemaker cells.
So the heart has its own internal electrical system.
It is.
That's fascinating.
And the blood vessels form a vast network of highways and byways,
Right.
carrying blood to every corner of the body.
Okay.
Arteries carry oxygenated blood away from the heart,
Right.
while veins return deoxygenated blood back to the heart.
And then we have those tiny capillaries connecting arteries and veins.
Yes.
Where the actual exchange of oxygen, nutrients, and waste products takes place
Right.
at the cellular level.
You've got it. It's a remarkable feat of engineering.
Yeah.
This intricate circulatory system that keeps us alive and thriving. And speaking of keeping us alive,
Right.
the lymphatic system plays a crucial role in our immune defense and fluid balance.
The lymphatic system. I know it's part of the immune system,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure I fully understand how it works.
The lymphatic system is like a parallel network to the circulatory system,
Okay.
consisting of lymphatic vessels, lymph nodes, and other lymphoid organs.
Like,
It collects excess fluid from tissues,
okay.
filters it,
Yeah.
and returns it to the bloodstream.
So it's like a drainage system for our tissues.
Exactly. And it also plays a crucial role in immune surveillance
Okay.
by filtering lymph fluid,
Yeah.
trapping pathogens,
Yeah.
and activating immune cells to fight off infections.
So lymph nodes are like checkpoints
Yes,
where immune cells gather to identify and eliminate potential threats.
precisely.
Mm-hmm.
And other lymphoid organs like the spleen, thymus, and tonsils
Right.
also play important roles in immune function.
Okay.
The lymphatic system is a key player in keeping us healthy and protected from disease.
It's amazing how all these different systems work together seamlessly to maintain our overall health and well-being.
It is, and we can't forget about the endocrine system,
Right.
a network of glands that secrete hormones,
Okay.
chemical messengers that regulate a wide range of bodily functions.
Hormones. I know they're involved in everything from growth and development to metabolism and mood.
That's right. The endocrine system is like the body's internal communication network,
Right.
using hormones to send signals to different organs and tissues.
So like how the nervous system uses electrical and chemical signals.
Yeah.
The endocrine system uses hormones to communicate and coordinate various functions.
Exactly. For example, the pancreas secretes insulin,
Right.
a hormone that regulates blood sugar levels,
Okay.
while the thyroid gland secretes hormones that control metabolism.
And the adrenal glands produce adrenaline,
Right.
the fight or flight hormone that prepares us for stressful situations.
You got it. The endocrine system is a complex and fascinating system
Yeah.
that plays a vital role in maintaining homeostasis and orchestrating our bodily functions.
It's incredible how much is happening inside our bodies. It is constantly adapting and responding to internal and external cues.
It is a testament to the remarkable design and resilience of the human body.
Before we wrap up, we have to talk about the urinary system,
Yes,
which is responsible for filtering waste products from the blood and eliminating them as urine.
absolutely. The kidneys are the stars of the urinary system,
Okay.
acting like sophisticated filters,
Right.
removing waste products,
Yeah.
regulating blood volume and pressure,
Okay.
and even producing hormones that stimulate red blood cell production.
So our kidneys are much more than just waste removal systems.
They are. They play a crucial role in maintaining the balance of fluids and electrolytes in our bodies.
Okay.
And the bladder acts as a storage tank for urine
Right.
until it's eliminated through the urethra.
It's amazing how efficiently our bodies eliminate waste products,
It is.
keeping our internal environment clean and functioning optimally.
And speaking of keeping our internal environment clean,
Yeah.
we can't forget about the immune system, our body's defense force against pathogens and other threats.
Right. The immune system is like our internal army,
Exactly.
constantly patrolling and protecting us from invaders.
It's a complex and sophisticated system
Yeah.
that involves a variety of cells, tissues, and organs working together
Right.
to recognize and eliminate foreign substances,
Right.
from bacteria and viruses to parasites and even cancer cells.
I remember learning about different types of white blood cells,
Yes.
like neutrophils, lymphocytes, and macrophages,
Right.
each with their own specialized role in fighting off infections.
That's right. Neutrophils are like the first responders
Right.
rushing to the site of infection to engulf and destroy pathogens.
Right.
Lymphocytes, including T cells and B cells,
Okay.
provide more targeted immune responses,
Right.
recognizing specific pathogens
Yeah.
and producing antibodies to neutralize them.
Okay.
And macrophages are like the cleanup crew,
Right.
engulfing and digesting cellular debris and pathogens.
It's amazing how coordinated and efficient our immune system is. It's like a well-oiled machine,
It is.
constantly working to keep us healthy.
And the immune system has a remarkable ability to remember previous encounters with pathogens,
Right.
allowing for a faster and more effective response upon re-exposure.
So that's how vaccines work.
Exactly.
They expose our immune system to a weakened or inactive form of a pathogen,
Right.
triggering an immune response and creating memory cells
Yes.
that can quickly recognize and eliminate the real pathogen if we encounter it later.
Vaccines are a testament to the power and adaptability of the human immune system.
It's incredible how much we've learned about the human body and its intricate workings.
It is.
Yeah.
And we've only just begun to explore the vastness and complexity of this remarkable machine we call our body.
It really is mind-blowing. We've talked about all these different systems,
Yeah.
but how do they work together to keep us alive and functioning?
Right.
I mean, it's not like each system operates in isolation.
Right. You're absolutely right. It's all about integration and coordination.
Yeah.
For example, think about something as simple as taking a walk.
Okay.
Your nervous system sends signals to your muscles telling them to contract and relax,
Right.
while your skeletal system provides the framework and leverage for movement.
Okay.
Your cardiovascular system delivers oxygen and nutrients to those working muscles,
Right.
while your respiratory system takes in oxygen and removes carbon dioxide.
So even a simple action like walking involves a symphony of systems working together in perfect harmony.
Precisely. And that's just scratching the surface.
Wow.
Every breath you take,
Right.
every bite of food you digest, every thought you have,
Right.
it's all a result of this intricate interplay between organ systems.
It really makes you appreciate the incredible complexity and efficiency of the human body.
It does.
And it highlights how important it is for all these systems to be in balance.
Exactly. When one system is out of whack, it can have a ripple effect throughout the body,
Right.
leading to a cascade of problems.
Right.
Wow.
That's why maintaining overall health and well-being is so crucial.
So eating a balanced diet,
Yes.
exercising regularly,
Yeah,
getting enough sleep, managing stress,
absolutely.
it all contributes to keeping those systems functioning optimally.
It's like taking care of a finely tuned machine.
Right.
Regular maintenance and care can prevent major breakdowns and ensure a longer, healthier lifespan for your body.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
And speaking of lifespan, I'm curious about the reproductive system.
Yeah,
It's not essential for our individual survival,
right.
but it's crucial for the continuation of our species.
You're right. The reproductive system is unique in that its primary function is to produce offspring,
Right.
ensuring the survival of our genes,
Yeah.
and it involves intricate hormonal regulation and complex anatomical structures.
I remember learning about the differences between the male and female reproductive systems.
Yeah.
The male system is focused on producing and delivering sperm,
Right.
while the female system is designed to produce eggs, support a developing fetus, and nourish a newborn.
Exactly. The male reproductive system includes the testes,
Okay.
which produce sperm,
Yeah.
and the penis,
Right.
which delivers sperm to the female reproductive tract.
Okay.
The female reproductive system includes the ovaries,
Right.
which produce eggs,
Yeah.
the fallopian tubes,
Right.
where fertilization takes place,
Right.
the uterus, where
Yeah.
a fertilized egg implants and develops,
Right.
and the vagina,
Okay.
with the birth canal.
It's incredible how complex and specialized these systems are, and the hormonal interplay between them is fascinating.
It is the hypothalamus in the brain,
Okay.
the pituitary gland,
Right.
and the gonads, tests in males and ovaries in females,
Yeah.
all secrete hormones that regulate the reproductive cycle from puberty to menopause.
It's like a delicate hormonal dance.
Yes.
Orchestrating the development and function of the reproductive system.
A beautifully articulated observation. And the reproductive system, like all other body systems, is subject to various diseases and disorders. Right.
Highlighting the importance of reproductive health
Right.
and seeking medical care when needed.
Right. It's important to be aware of potential issues and to seek professional guidance when it comes to reproductive health. Now, as we wrap up our deep dive, I'm struck by how much we've covered.
We have.
From cells to systems, it's been an incredible journey through the intricate and fascinating world of human anatomy and physiology.
It has, and we've only just scratched the surface of this vast and complex subject.
All right.
But hopefully this deep dive has sparked a sense of wonder and appreciation for the remarkable machines we call our bodies.
Absolutely. It's made me realize how interconnected everything is.
It is.
And how important it is to take care of ourselves.
I couldn't agree more. Your body is a testament to millions of years of evolution,
Yeah.
a symphony of systems working in perfect harmony to keep you alive and thriving.
It's a beautiful thought. And as we conclude this deep dive,
Okay.
I want to leave our listeners with a final question to ponder.
If you could zoom in on any one system or process in your body, what would it be and why?
That's a great question to inspire further exploration.
Yeah.
It reminds us that learning about our bodies is a lifelong journey of discovery.
And that concludes our deep dive into human anatomy and physiology. Thanks for joining us and happy exploring.